welcome back to another reaction video. If you are later watching this on YouTube, I encourage you to join our Patreon community where you get to be a part of choosing all the exclusive films and shows that I watch for you. Today, we're going to be doing episode 5 of Game of Thrones, which I'm really excited about because if you guys watched the episode 4 reaction, I finally feel a little bit like my toes in the water, where I kind of finally am starting to understand a little bit more, where I can follow the story a bit more, and I know some of the characters' names and the faces and all of that stuff. So I'm really excited to jump into it so I can learn a little bit more about everything. So I'm really happy where we're at with it. So we're doing episode 5. Also, if you join Patreon, you will also get access to our Discord where we have movie nights every month. And then you get access to all of my reactions, early access to my reaction videos. I don't know what else I was gonna say. But anyway, I'm just gonna start with this episode 5. I just came back from a recent trip that I went to, so I need to get a little bit caught up with what's going on. Which I'm really glad that they have the, what is it called? Like the I forgot what it's called, but they basically show what happened in the last episode to see what we're jumping into, so I'm really excited. So as soon as we start watching, I'll start talking about like the things that I forgot as soon as I watch what is the word I'm looking for? I know you guys can help me. You guys are great. The recap of it all. So I'll start talking about it as soon as I go into it. Anyway, let's just begin. I think yeah, that's about it. Let's go into it. I forgot that she requested to seize him. Out of everyone who can be killed in that family, it was him. Or it's going to be him, or she requested him. I'm sad about that. I've had so many good comments so far about this show. Especially, it makes it so much easier knowing that a lot of you guys, when you guys began this series, the first few episodes in the first season was hard to catch on at first. But that it's like a really amazing show, so I'm excited to get to that. Oof.
Does Sir Hugh have any family in the capital?
Forgot about that.
No.
Bad luck for him, going against the mountain.
Who determines the draw?
All the knights draw straws, Lord Stark.
Aye. But who holds the straws? You've done good work, sisters.
He was a squire until a few months ago. How could he afford a new suit of armor?
Perhaps Lord Aaron left him some money. I hear the king wants to joust today. Robert tends to do what he wants.
If the king got what he wanted all the time, he'd still be fighting a damned rebellion.
Look at this idiot. One ball and no brains. He can't even put a man's armor on him properly.
You're too fat for your armor.
Fat? Fat, is it? Is that how you speak to your king? Oh, it's funny, is it?
Oh my gosh.
No, Your Grace.
You're torturing the poor boy.
You heard the hand. The king's too fat for his armor. Go find the breastplate stretcher! Now!
The Knight of the Flowers. Thank you, Solari.
She's so easily manipulated.
100 gold dragons on the mountain.
I'll take that bet.
Now what will I buy with 100 gold dragons? A dozen barrels of Dornish wine? Or a girl from the pleasure houses of Lys?
We could even buy a friend.
He's going to die.
Solari rides well.
Such a shame, Littlefinger. It would have been so nice for you to have a friend.
And tell me, Lord Renly, when will you be having your friend?
Huh. Interesting.
Solari would never do that. There's no honor in tricks.
No honor and quite a bit of gold.
No way. What?
Stop this madness!
Sorry, I thought it was better.
Let him go!
I owe you my life, sir.
I'm no sir.
Remove his hood.
So this is the part that I forgot and saw in the pre.
Downwards from his horse.
In the recap. There's no way.
This isn't the King's Road. You said we were riding for Winterfell.
I did, often and loudly.
Very wise. You'll be out in droves, looking for me in the wrong place. Word's probably gotten to my father by now. He'll be offering a handsome reward. Everyone knows a Lannister always pays his debts.
Tell me, Lady Stark, when was the last time you saw your sister?
5 years ago.
She's changed. She was always a bit touched, but now you might as well kill me here.
I am not a murderer, Lannister.
Neither am I. I had nothing to do with the attempt on your son's life.
The dagger found...
What sort of imbecile arms an assassin with his own blade?
Should I gag him?
Why? Am I starting to make sense?
What?
Untie me. If I die, what's the point?
Oh my. I'm trying to see if I can recall who they are. And even I want to close my eyes.
You first. You need a woman. Nothing like a woman after a fight.
I love the intricate detailing of like that life that they took in consideration of making.
Lord?
Even just like as small as a little thing for the target, and then when they were doing the horse battling that they were doing, how they were fixing the sand, it's just like small details that I don't like realize that they used to do. If that makes sense.
Family, duty, honor. Is that the right order?
You know it is.
Family comes first.
Your mother had to leave Winterfell to protect the family.
How can she protect the family if she's not with her family?
Your mother sat by your bed for 3 weeks while you slept.
And then she left.
When you were born, I was the one who pulled you from your mother. I placed you in her arms. From that moment until the moment she dies, she will love you.
Do you know where she is now, today?
No, I don't.
Then how can you promise me she'll be home soon?
Sometimes I worry you're too smart for your own good.
If the wrong ears heard what I'm about to tell you, off comes my head. And who would mourn poor Varys then? North or south, they sing no songs for spiders. You are the king's hand, and the king is a fool. Your friend, I know, but a fool, and doomed unless you save him.
I've been in the capital a month. Why have you waited so long to tell me this?
I didn't trust you. There are few men of honor in the capital. You are one of them. I would like to believe I am another, strange as that may seem.
What sort of doom does the king face?
The same sort as John Arryn.
Ooh.
The tears of Lys, they call it. A rare and costly thing. As clear and tasteless as water, it leaves no trace.
How does...
Who gave it to him?
How does he know
Some
that?
dear friend, no doubt. But which one? There was one boy. All he was, he owed to John Arryn.
His squire, Sir Hugh. Who paid Sir Hugh?
Someone who could afford it.
John was a man of peace. He was hand for 17 years, 17 good years. Why kill him?
He started asking questions.
No. Is that a dragon head?
He's found one bastard already. He has the book. The rest will come.
And when he knows the truth, what will he do?
The gods alone know. The fools tried to kill his son. What's worse, they botched it.
We need time. Khal Drogo will not make his move until his son is born.
Move fast, I reply. This is no longer a game.
She can fit through there?
If the Lannisters were behind the attempt on the Stark boy's life, and it was discovered that you helped the Starks come to that conclusion, to think, a simple word to the Queen...
One shudders at the thought. But you know something, I do believe that I have seen you even more recently than you have seen me.
Have you?
Yes. Earlier today, I distinctly recall seeing you talking to Lord Stark in his chambers.
Was that you under the bed?
And not long after that, when I saw you escorting a certain foreign dignitary.
Oof.
Council business. Of course, you would have friends from across the narrow sea. You're from there yourself, after all. We're friends, aren't we, Lord Varys? But the king...
What are you two conspiring about? Well, whatever it is, you'd best hurry up. My brother is coming.
To a small council meeting?
Disturbing news.
He's warming up to me. Ugh.
Hadn't you heard?
That's crazy.
You want your father, boy? He's lying on the floor of some tavern, getting pissed on by his friends.
My father is hand of the king. I'm not a boy, I'm Arya Stark of Winterfell. And if you lay a hand on me, my father will have both your heads on spikes. Now, are you going to let me by, or do I need to smack you on the ear to help with your hearing?
You know I had half my guard out searching for you.
They said you found the bastard, and the wolves are fighting the lions, and the savage. Something about the savage.
Where did you hear this?
In the dungeons, near the dragon skulls.
What were you doing in the dungeons?
Chasing a cat.
Your brother Benjamin, his blood runs black, makes him as much my brother as yours. It's for his sake I rode here so hard I damn near killed my horse. There are others riding too. The whole city will know by tomorrow.
Know what?
Best said in private, my lord.
Ooh.
It's about your wife, my lord. She's taking the imp.
To whom do I speak?
Sir Varys Egan, Knight of the Vale. Lady Arryn expecting your visit.
There was no time to send word. He is my prisoner.
Doesn't look like a prisoner.
My sister will decide what he looks like.
Yes, my lady. She will at that.
I think my brain is like slowly trying to catch up with everything.
Give me 10 good men and some climbing spikes. I'll impregnate the bitch.
The whore is pregnant.
You're speaking of murdering a child.
I warned you this would happen back in the north. I warned you, but you didn't care to hear. Well, I've got 7 kingdoms to rule. 1 king, 7 kingdoms. Do you think honor keeps them in line? Do you think it's honor that's keeping the peace? It's fear. Fear and blood.
Then we're no better than the Mad King.
Careful, Ned. Careful now.
You want to assassinate a girl? Because the spider heard a rumor.
No rumor, my lord. The princess is with child.
Based on whose information?
Sir Jorah Mormont. He is serving as advisor to the Targaryens.
Mormont, you bring us the whispers of a traitor, half a world away, and call it fact.
Jorah Mormont's a slaver, not a traitor.
We commit murder on the word of this man.
And if he's right, if she has a son...
Should the gods grant Daenerys a son, the realm will bleed.
I bear this girl no ill will, but should the Dothraki invade, how many innocents will die? How many towns will burn? Is it not wiser, kinder even, that she should die now, so that tens of thousands might live?
We should have had them both killed years ago.
When you find yourself in bed with an ugly woman, best close your eyes, get it over with. Cut her throat. Be done with it.
We're all against him. I think it's kind of crazy how
I followed you into war.
you could have connection with
twice.
the kingdoms or the, you know,
Without doubts. Without second
and just know all of their like thought process against each other and who can like fathom seeing winning or just have that connection with.
She dies.
I will have no part in it.
You're the king's hand, Lord Stark. You'll do as I command, or I'll find me a hand who will.
And good luck to him. I thought you were a better man.
Out, damn you, I've done with you! Go, run back to Winterfell! I'll have your head on a spike! I'll put it there myself, you fool! You think you're too good for this? Too proud and honorable? This is a war!
Oh my god.
If you're still here come nightfall, I'll take you to see the last person John Arryn spoke with before falling ill. If that sort of thing still interests you.
I don't have the time.
It won't take more than an hour, but as you please.
You bring him here without permission. You pollute my home with his presence. Your aunt has done a bad thing, Robin, a very bad thing. You remember her, don't you? Isn't he beautiful? And strong, too. John knew it. His last words were, the seed is strong. Look at him. The Lord of all the Vale.
Lysa, you wrote me about the Lannisters, warning me
to stay away from them, not to bring one here.
Is that the bad man?
It is.
What is he, like 7 years old?
He's little. Can't hurt us! No one can hurt us yet!
He's just trying to frighten us. Lannisters are all liars. No one will hurt my baby.
Oh my god, they seem crazy.
I
Like-
want to see the bad man fly.
This man is my prisoner. I will not have him harmed.
Take him down below so he can rest. Introduce him to Maud.
You go sleep, dwarf man. Sleep good, little dwarf man.
Her sister and her family are crazy. What? Weird.
Lord Stark's lucky he still has a head.
Robert will rant for a few days, but he won't do anything.
There they
He
are.
adores the man. And you prefer me like this?
Mm-hmm.
If you want hairless, maybe you should find a little boy.
I want you.
All I ever hear from Robert and Stannis is how I'm not tough enough, how I squirm at the sight of blood.
You did vomit in that boy's eye was knocked out in the melee.
His eye was dangling out of the damn socket.
He shouldn't have entered the melee if he didn't know how to fight.
I could work at fighting all day, every day. I'd still never be as good as you.
Yes, well, I guess we'll never know. I've never fought in a war before, but I'd fight for you.
I'm fourth in line.
And where's Robert in the line of royal succession? Joffrey is a monster. Tommen is 8.
Stannis?
Stannis has the personality of a lobster.
He's still my older brother. What are you doing?
Look at it.
You cut me.
It's just blood. We've all got it in us. Sometimes a little spills. If you become king, you're going to see a lot of this. You need to get used to it. Go on. Look. People love you. They love to serve you because you're kind to them. They want to be near you.
Let's say Viserys Targaryen lands with 40,000 Dothraki screamers at his back. We hole up in our castles. Wise move. Only a fool would meet the Dothraki in an open field.
We still outnumber them.
Which is the bigger number, 5 or 1?
5.
5. 1. One army, a real army, united behind one leader with one purpose. Our purpose died with the Mad King. Now we've got as many armies as there are men with gold in their purse. We haven't had a real fight in 9 years. Backstabbing doesn't prepare you for a fight, and that's all the realm is now. Backstabbing and scheming and arse-licking and money-grubbing. Sometimes I don't know what holds it together.
Our marriage.
Dude, I can't wait to see what he does when he finds out that she's like her brother.
How long can hate hold a thing together?
Well, 17 years is quite a long time.
Oh, well, I guess nothing.
At first, just saying her name, even in private, felt like I was breathing life back into her. I thought if I didn't talk about her, she'd just fade away for you. When I realized that wasn't going to happen, I refused to ask out of spite. I didn't want to give you the satisfaction of thinking I cared enough to ask.
Damn.
And eventually it became clear that my spite didn't mean anything to you. As far as I could tell, you actually enjoyed it.
So why now?
What harm could Lyanna Stark's ghost do to either of us?
I can't even remember what she looked like. One thing I ever wanted. Someone took her away from me, and 7 kingdoms couldn't fill the hole she left behind.
I felt something for you once, you know.
I know.
Was it ever possible for us? Was there ever a time, ever a moment?
No.
Dang.
Does that make you feel better or worse?
Doesn't make me feel anything.
Shit. That was the only real love she ever got was from her brother. Like, what?
She looks like him. Don't she, my lord? She has his nose, his black hair.
Aye.
Brothels make a much better investment than ships, I've found. Whores rarely sink.
What do you know of King Robert's bastards?
Well, he has more than you, for a start.
And John Arryn tracked them all down. Why?
Perhaps Robert wanted them looked after. He was overcome with fatherly love.
I'm trying to like guess it or distinguish what he's trying to find with all the new information he has.
Jory!
My lord.
Such a small pack of wolves. I'm looking for my brother. You remember my brother, don't you, Lord Stark? Blonde hair, sharp tongue, short man.
I remember him well.
Seems he had some trouble on the road. You wouldn't know what happened to him, would you?
He was taken at my command to answer for his crimes.
My lords! I'll bring the city watch.
Take him alive. Kill his men.
Dude, it's crazy how fast a situation can... Oh man, I kind of like them. There's no way. There's... Oh, his leg? Wow, what a coward. For 1 second.
My brother, Lord Stark. I want him back.
Oh, wow. what's his name? Tyrion, I think. I don't know if I say it correctly. We finished episode 5. This one was kind of hard to follow along. There was a lot that was going on. I also am a little bit confused on Lord Stark, like him finding out the details of how John, what's his name? John Aaron or Arrow? I forgot. Or Aerys, John Aerys? I don't know. Him trying to find out that whole history behind his murder or that whole thing. I think I'm a little confused on it. I don't know if it's because of all the details that he's finding out, like all the information he's finding. And I'm kind of like slowly trying to piece it together too. Yeah, I don't know. And also the conversations that like some scenes have, they're so long that I kind of sometimes lose track of it, because as they say something, I'm trying to pin it into my brain into a certain something that I'm like remembering. And then if I miss a step, for example, if I miss a sentence and I'm like, I don't know what the sentence means, then my brain will have a hard time following along to the rest of the story or the rest of the conversation that kind of happens. So that's the only thing, which I'm gonna try and like look at the comments and kind of see like where that whole John story thing is that he's finding out. Yeah, so I think that's like the one thing that I'm trying to distinguish in this episode, because there's a lot of details in this one, in the conversations that each of them were having. So I think that was a hard part for me to follow along. But yeah, I feel like especially with this show, I need to kind of watch the episodes, just like keep watching like one after another, because taking the time apart, because I had the trip for like I was gone for about a week. But even just doing that is like, I feel like I need to catch up on a lot of the stuff that I watched, even though there was just like simple things that I was slowly grasping to. Watching this episode after a week without watching, from watching the 4th episode is kind of like difficult. So I feel like I need to be like very consistent in watching the episodes to make sure that my brain is like fully following along to the story and like knowing what's happening. But I'm gonna be looking at Patreon comments and the YouTube commentary after they drop on YouTube to just kind of get all the information that I need, or the most knowledge that I can as I follow along to the story, because I feel like it really does help, especially when the episodes were dropped on Patreon first. So when I read the comments, it's so much easier to just kind of read through it and kind of pinpoint what I need to remember to understand the story fully, even though obviously it's not gonna be 100% that way, but the background of it all that you guys tell me really helps. So I'm gonna be doing that. Besides that, I will see you for episode 6. Don't forget to stay hydrated, make sure to eat, and make sure to rest. And I will see you guys for episode